Hello, welcome back for this continuation of our demo. Last demo that you see here in front of you that I showed you how to just take your images that you've prepped correctly in Photoshop. We've opened them up, placed them in the correct document size on an Illustrator. We opened up our Pantone books. We've plugged away our color. We've mixed some colors we haven't mixed. We put some outlines on our type that we laid out. This demo is mostly proofing. So a couple of things. It's important to proof because in some instances I've seen that somebody's worked really hard and done a multicolor, and they didn't proof their work and somehow accidentally had bumped and scaled something that they weren't aware of. If you would have proofed a hard copy and overlaid your proofs, you could visually, physically see that your plate is incorrect. You can go back and just make your changes. So I strongly suggest proofing your work. But before I'll do that, I just want to state again, to make sure that everything is saved in the same folder, and also you name it the correct file name. So for instance, we're done with this and we've saved it. You want to go ahead and put in your name. And say that, let's just say that we're going to run 181 first. I'm just gonna call it 181. And so if we're running two colors, you can go ahead and just plug those away. It just kind of groups everything and lets the printer know. So I'm gonna go ahead and save it into its correct file. I'm just going to throw it on the into the demo folder, and I'm going to save it, and everything looks good. So once we've saved it, we want to go ahead and proof it, and the way we do that, we just want to we're going to go to File and Print. And there's two things I suggest you do. We proof at the computer lab on a laser printer. The laser printer, of course, prints in black and white, but what it'll allow you to look at is the line quality. So first off, maybe a good practice would be just to print a non-scaled version of your work. And first thing we see is we're in the general section, so we're going to hit the do not scale. The next thing, marks and bleed, I wouldn't worry about it because we're going outside of our boundary, but we'll come back to this marks and bleed. So under output, it's kind of pretty important. You can see that the mode is in composite, so right now it's printing everything as one, but we want to see the separations. Unfortunately, I'm doing this at home. I don't have the school computer, but I'm just going to sort of bypass this a little bit just to change my buttons so you can see what I'm talking about. So under separations host based, you'll notice that these process colors icons disappeared, and all of these spot color printers have appeared. So if we went on ahead and printed it, and the printer you should see up here should say Canon. That's the printer that we use in the computer lab to print. You want to make sure that that's selected. We go to separations host based, and then you'll start seeing your Pantone colors, and that's good. So we can either print them all, and what it'll do is it'll print a separation for each Pantone. We could actually take those and overlay them on a light box with the printer's marks, which I'll show you how to get that up. but it'll also, since we're not scaling it to fit page, because 11 by 17 is the biggest we can print, it just allows us to look at the line quality. So you have the drawing, you have the photo, you have the fonts. You want to make sure it looks good. If it looks really good, it's going to look like that on the plate maker. So let's go back. I'm going to go back to the general box, and we're going to fit to page. Now we go to marks and bleed. I'm going to click on all printers marks. This is going to open up the registration marks, the titles of the color, Pantone colors, and then we go back to output, and we go ahead and print that. Unfortunately, that I don't have the right profile, but we would go ahead and print it, and then we would get our separations. But these summary, advanced, color management, we don't really use these when we're proofing. It's mostly going to be, general, marks and bleed, output, and checking our Pantones, and we go to print. But I guess for the sake of me doing it off-site, it doesn't allow you to see that, but it's a good general rule, and advise you to do both. Do a scaled and a non-scaled printout. And here, let me change this profile back. And that's it. That's a simple proofing menu run-through refresher.